Good afternoon. Thank you for being here to celebrate Jack Teagan Fowler. Out of respect for the family, we're going to ask that you silence your cell phones. I can't imagine a more picture-perfect day to honor the bravest warrior that I've ever met. There are not too many people whom you meet in life who have a positive impact on literally every single person they encounter. Jack had that impact and will continue to have that impact on all of us. A short poem by Mary Elizabeth Fry. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I'm the gentle autumn rain. We mourn Jack's physical passing, and our hearts ache for for Jason, Jamie, and Juliet. But for every tear that is shed today, there will be many more smiles and laughter as we remember and share stories of our time with Jackie. His smile and laugh filled the room. His mere presence warmed your heart and drew you in. My family and I had the pleasure of going on several trips with Jason, Jamie, Juliet, and Jack. The memory from those trips will be cherished by my family and I forever. When I told my kids that Jack had passed, leading the charge as they all laughed while enjoying the movie. I remember looking over at Jules, Henry, and Tatum. They were all snuggled with Jack on his beanbag. They were holding his hand. They had a hand resting on his arm. They had their head leading into their shoulder. All three kids were snuggling with Jack. It wasn't just one time. It was every single time. That was Jack. He was a magnet. He was a magnet. Whenever I would describe Jack to someone I don't know, he taught us how to love more. He taught us how to be more compassionate. He showed us what true strength and courage really is. We are all better people because of Jack Teagan Fowler. Please continue to honor him by saying his name, sharing your memories and stories of your time with him. Several months ago, I came across a quote from Robin Williams that I read several times a week. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind, always. Jason, Jamie, and Jules, I thank you for sharing your son and brother with us. You have a village of people who love you, a village who will ensure that Jack's legacy continues to live and burn bright. We were all Team Jack. May God bless you, and may God bless your sweet boy, Jack Teagan Fowler.
Emily Brooks, Jack's cousin. As some of you know, Jack and I had a really special bond. I often felt that while everyone was busy around us, we could just sit and laugh and hold hands, and I'm forever grateful for that. And I will never stop missing and hearing him say, M, where's M? However, it comforts me knowing he has found peace, and he is finally out of pain. Now I feel Jack's presence in the rain, and I feel him in the sunshine. I feel him in Disney movies, and I feel him in sunshine, and I feel him in poetry. So today I picked out one of his favorite poems from a Shel Silverstein book called Where the Sidewalk Ends, which has always been on his bookshelf. Okay. There's a place where the sidewalk ends and before the street begins. And there the grass grows soft and white, and there the sun burns crimson bright. And there the moonbird rests from his flight to cool in the peppermint wind. Let us leave this place where the smoke blows black and the dark street winds and bends. Past the pit where the asphalt flowers grow, we shall walk with a walk that is measured and slow. And watch where the white chalk arrows go to a place where the sidewalk ends. Yes, we'll walk with a walk that is measured and slow, and we'll go where the white arrows go, for the children they mark and the children they know, with the place where the sidewalk ends. Thank you for always inspiring me, Jack. I'll never stop sharing your story, and I love you forever. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. It really means a lot to us. I'm Jason Fowler, and I'm very proud to be Jack's dad. When Jack was first diagnosed with Hunter syndrome, I remember feeling pain and sadness, confusion. We were devastated. But I also felt a sense of calm. I had this realization that nothing had changed for Jack. This was his path, and this was his journey. But everything, absolutely everything, had changed for us. Not long after his diagnosis, I came across this essay titled Welcome to Holland by Emily Pearl Kingsley. It took on incredible meaning for me, and I've reread it multiple times in the last couple of weeks, and it gives me peace, and it gives me perspective, and I'd like to share it with you now. Welcome to Holland. I'm often asked to describe the experience of raising a child with a disability, to try to help people who have not shared the unique experience to understand it, to imagine how it would feel. It's like this. When you're going to have a baby, it's like planning a fabulous vacation trip to Italy. You buy a bunch of guidebooks, you make your wonderful plans. The Colosseum, the Michelangelo, David, the gondolas in Venice. You may learn some handy phrases in Italian. It's all very exciting. After several months of eager anticipation, the day finally arrives. You pack your bags and off you go. Several hours later, the plane lands. The flight attendant comes on and says, "Welcome to Holland." Holland, you say? What do you mean, Holland? I signed up for Italy. I'm supposed to be in Italy. All my life, I've dreamed of going to Italy. But there's been a change in the flight plan. They've landed in Holland, and there you must stay. The important thing is that they haven't taken you to a horrible, disgusting, filthy place full of pestilence, famine, and disease. It's just a different place. So you must go out and buy new guidebooks, and you must learn a whole new language. and you will meet a whole new group of people you would have never met. It's just a different place. It's slower paced than Italy, less flashy than Italy, but after you've been there for a while and you catch your breath, you look around. And you begin to notice that Holland has windmills, and Holland has tulips, and Holland even has Rembrandts. Everyone you know is busy coming and going from Italy, and they're all bragging about what a wonderful time they had there. And for the rest of your life, you will say, yes, that's where I was supposed to go. That's what I had planned. And the pain of that will never, ever, ever, ever go away, because the loss of that dream is a very, very significant loss. But if you spend your life mourning the fact that you didn't go to Italy, you may never be free to enjoy the very special, the very lovely things about Holland. Today, I'd like to celebrate and give thanks for the very special and very lovely journey we had with my son, Jack. To begin, I'd like to again thank you all for being here to help us honor him and celebrate him, our boy, Jack Teagan Fowler. And thank you for your support now and your support during our journey over the last 14 and a half years. Next, I'd like to thank Juliet, Jack's sister. Jules, thank you for being the most amazing sibling to your brother, Jack. Jack loves you. When Jack first saw you after you were born, he was so excited. He was so happy. He was gentle, and he was sweet, and he was kind to you. He'd share his toys, his movies, and even on occasion, spoonfuls of his favorite yogurt. Whenever he was near, your eyes would light up, and you'd follow him across the room. Over the years, as you grew and gained skills, Jack declined, and he lost his. I watched your roles reverse. You would share your toys, your games, and you give him spoonfuls of food. And whenever you were near, his eyes would light up. He would follow you around the room. You have an incredibly special bond with your brother, Jack. It's not lost on us that you've sacrificed so much for your brother. Moves across the country, new schools, new friends, time spent with friends and family and neighbors as we were in and out of the hospital, countless doctor's office visits, people in and out of our home all the time. Many times you had to put your needs and wants behind those of Jack's. And through all this sacrifice, not a single time, not once, did you ever complain or protest. I'm sorry for what you had to sacrifice, but I'm thankful for all that you have gained. You have a life experience and perspective that most people will never have, and I already see the positive impact that has had on you. You are an amazing young lady. You will continue to do incredible things in this world, and you will always have the support of your mom, of me, and your brother Jack. Thank you, Juliet. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for being the best mother Jack could ever have. Thank you for being his advocate, his voice, his caregiver, his warrior. But most importantly, thank you for being his mom. I've learned so much from you on this journey. I could go on and on, listing all of the things I'm thankful for you, from you. But I think the simplest, most powerful way to thank you is thank you for giving us 4.5 extra years with Jack. And thank you for making his 14.5 years as full as they could possibly be. I know you will continue to change the world, carry on Jack's legacy, and be the absolute best role model for our daughter. Thank you, Jamie. Jackie, my boy, Finally, I want to thank you. Thank you for choosing me to be your dad. Thank you for trusting me to serve you. And thank you for all you taught me. Thank you for teaching me patience. You practice patience every minute of every hour of every day. As Hunter syndrome took your skills, you had to rely on others to feed you, bathe you, pick out your movies, get you dressed. I know at sometimes you were frustrated. How could you not be? But you never got upset. You never got angry. You were always patient. You'd often tap me on the head with your hand just to say, "Thanks, Dad. Thanks for doing your best." Jack, you taught me patience, and while I have a long way to go, I will continue to practice it in your name. Jackie, thank you for demonstrating true courage. You showed incredible courage while being in pain. You showed courage in dealing with doctors and hospitals and surgeries. You showed courage in pioneering new treatments for Hunter syndrome. Your bravery gives me strength and helps me carry on now after your passing. And Jack, thank you for teaching me to be present. Thank you for showing me how to slow down, how to take notice of all the wonderful things and places and people that surround me, and how to stop and take a moment and make a memory. Jack, you didn't just make me a dad. Your influence has completely changed me, the trajectory of my life, and who I am. I'm a better person for knowing you, for serving you, and from learning from you. Now in these dark days, I feel prepared to navigate my grief. And I feel peace when I never thought it would ever be possible. For this, I thank you. Thank you. I'd like to close by sharing some thoughts on how you can honor Jack today, tomorrow, in the months and years to come. Say his name, Jack Teagan Fowler. When you think of him, say his name out loud. When you're watching one of his favorite movies, think of him. Remember him on his most special days. His birthday, September 7th. May 15th, MPS Awareness Day. His favorite holiday, Christmas. And the day he earned his wings, March 28th. When you are lucky enough to be in the presence of our friends with special needs, please honor Jack by saying hello, giving a compliment, and a smile. If you're able, I encourage you to do something that's simple but significant. Pay for a meal, buy an ice cream, or buy a haircut. Seems kind of specific, but about 4 weeks ago, Jack and I went for his last haircut. And the kind stranger that sat next to us finished before us, and he got up and went over, and he paid for Jack's haircut. He never said a word. He just went on with his day, and it meant so much to us to be noticed. I guarantee you the gift that you will receive by spreading these acts of kindness will change your day. They will fill your heart, and they will bring you closer to our boy, Jack. Thank you. Wow, you're in a real life firehouse. Over here? Okay, you already know the way?
Look at Mom.
No.
Come on, dear.
Can you dance? There you go. Move.
kiss on your hand. Give her a little kiss. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Gonna get you, get you, get you.
Before you cross the street, take my hand. Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Before you go to sleep,
Good night.
say a little
have my rock. I might have to flip my pages. Because of you. You woke me up, Jack Teagan. Before you, I thought I was living. I thought I had my priorities straight. But oh, when you came along, September 7th, 2007, you shook me. You shook me out of a shallow living, and you awakened my whole. I have learned from you to see the good in the simplest of things. You have literally changed my perspective on this world. You taught me fear and faith, and darkness and lightness can all coexist. I found a beautiful and loving God through all of this that picks me up each day. You taught me how to turn friends into family. You allowed me to walk this earth as a minority. You gave me the heightened presence. You showed me what unconditional love really is. You gave me grace. You taught me what real popularity looks like. You gave me a voice I didn't know I had, comfortable to yell, scream, or just be quiet at times, mostly inappropriate times. You slowed me down. You taught me a new language, one without words, and that our love can come through with just eyes or a touch of a hand. You made me bike 50 miles in a day across Iowa. Thank you. You taught me to be a passionate advocate for children living with rare disease and other disabilities. I learned to live without much sleep. You showed me how to be brave and broken in one single breath. You loved all of me, even my flaws, well, except my glasses, because Magenta was supposed to wear glasses and not me from Blue's Clues. So you pulled it off my face every day until your day before you passed away. You took my glasses off. Jack Teagan, you lived your life as an authentic self. You showed all of your emotions. You were never fake or pretended to be something you weren't. Everything about you was and is real. And with your real, you were a magnet in the world to those who could stop, see, feel, and accept. Camps, beaches, schools, grocery stores, malls, restaurants, sidewalks, parks, amusement parks, farmers markets, airplane rides, theaters, the list go on, everywhere you went. I may not have your earthly presence here, Jack, but the gifts you gave to me and everyone you met will forever remain. Patience. There was no such thing as rushing in our life with you. Kindness. Everyone has a story bigger than we will ever know. Acceptance. Your lens saw no difference. Joy. The smallest things in life that we often missed filled your heart. Courage. Your strength is beyond a warrior. Laughter. The depths of your delight came soulful and very freaking loud. Hope. One touch of your hair, your lips, your eyebrows, and your belly, and your feet always grounded me with hope. And for all of you who have sat in his space can vouch to his contagious, infectious smile. that not only just fills a room, filling this room, but will fill your soul. Oh, and you gave us a shit ton of movies. For the record, I think your favorite movies I saw over 1 million times. Jason and Jules and I have the ability to quote lines from each and every one of them, and hear a song and know which movie it's from. The three of us and you will figure out what we can do with that in our next chapter as a part of carrying you with us. Ogres are like onions. They stink. Yes, no. Oh, they make you cry. No. Oh, you leave them out in the sun, they get brown and start sprouting like white hairs. No. Layers. Onions have layers. Ogres have layers. Onions have layers. You get it? We both have layers. Oh, you both have layers? You know, not everybody likes onions. You defined inclusivity for me. You let me know that there's so much more in life than one's physical body. I witnessed so many people who get distracted by outer appearance when you have taught me to see the beauty that lies within, beyond the vessels that carry us. You gifted me with the recognition that verbal language isn't the only method of communication. You slowed me down to watch your eyes, your hands, your facial features, your touch, which will forever change my interactions with the people in this world. Jack, I believe that you left at the exact moment you wanted to. But my mom heart believes I needed a lot more time with you, but your work was done here. So now I take the pain that you had on a daily basis that you no longer carry, and I carry that pain throughout my new journey without you. My hope is your lessons I just spoke to will manage that pain so I can continue to breathe and share your gifts. There is no doubt that you are living in a world surrounded by people who love you. You are eating, you are talking, you are jumping, you are climbing, you are running and playing without judgment and just love with your crew. Juliet, you are an amazing super sibling. You grew up quickly and you learned independence early on. Your patience and empathy for others will always be an asset that will carry you as you grow up. Jack is blessed by your energy, creativity, helpfulness, and your great sense of humor. He watched you in awe and amazement. Thank you for always finding the best toys at stores, getting books for him at the library, playing Cookie Run with him at 5 o'clock, playing music with him, cooking with him, admiring his artwork, making sure he had the right movie on, or if his movie was off, that we got a new one on immediately. You always said you loved him every single night, and you always said goodbye before you left for school. Thanks for always helping me with Jack. You will laugh, you will play with him again, and of course, he will always be with you, especially when you're quoting his movies. Jason, thank you for always allowing me to navigate Jack's journey the direction I believe Jack wanted to go. Thank you for stepping in at my weakest moments when I couldn't do it. Thank you for doing some extremely hard medical tasks when I just couldn't stand. Thank you for being Jack's super dad. I love you, Jack Tegan Fowler. Keep showing up. I miss you.
Just take it off. Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm gonna be performing "It Is Well" today. Yeah. Grandeur this quaked before, moved by the sound of his voice, seas that are shaking.
Let's all just take a breath. As we gather here to celebrate the life of Jack Teagan Fowler, we can be sad about a life gone too soon, but I also invite you to be joyful in a life so well lived, a life that will continue to impact so many for decades to come. Our boys with Hunter syndrome have a shortened time to make an impact on this world. We try to buy more time with treatments, but this disease is relentless. Jack made the most of his 14 and a half years. He laughed, he loved, and he moved science forward. His courage will continue to be felt for generations to come. As most of you know, Jack received gene therapy a little over a year ago. I watched as the Fowler family fought for his treatment for Jack. I've never witnessed such tenacity and love. The fact that gene therapy had never been given to an older child with severe MPS II did not discourage them. Jack was going to be the first, and he was. On the day that Jack received gene therapy, Jamie called me from the cafeteria. We laughed, and we cried such happy tears. It was one of the most amazing days I've ever been part of. The struggle and the burden of trying to save a child was lifted for just a few moments. We felt like we had defeated MPS II that moment. But we hadn't. But what we did do was buy Jack more time. In this past year, he went to the beach. He laughed at so many movies. He went for walks. He went to school. He played with Jules and Eloise and Josie. And he maybe had a few Bloody Marys. Maybe. This boy lived so much. Jack's legacy will live beyond his 14 and a half years. He has opened the doors for older boys with severe MPS II to receive gene therapy. Pharmaceutical companies can no longer say these treatments are only for children who are young or for babies. Jack changed that. Anyone that met Jack could tell from the sparkle in his eye that gene therapy was working inside his body. But Jack chose to leave on his own terms. Not with a broken body, but with a strong body and a strong heart. Although he's not physically here with us, his spirit and his courage will live on. Jack Teagan Fowler is part of history. His memory will continue to encourage caregivers to push for better treatments for their children. Doctors and researchers will stop to remember his sweet, infectious smile and push beyond any limited thinking about who deserves treatment. Jack made a difference. Jack was special. Jack was important. And I know that the MPS community and I will never forget him. Jack Teagan Fowler will be the inspiration for all we do going forward. He will change lives and save children in his name. Thank you for that, Jack Teagan Fowler.
A prayer. God above, we know you have crowned our precious Jack. May you have Jack remind us all to always speak to children as if they are the wisest, kindest, and most beautiful humans on earth. For what they believe is what they become. Amen. Thank you for being here to honor Jack. Jason, Jamie, and Juliet would like to invite you to join them at the pavilion for a lantern ceremony, release ceremony, and candle ceremony. Please allow the family to exit first and then join them over at the pavilion. Thank you all.